Welcome back to another episode. We have a phenomenal topic for you guys here today. It's going to be a question we get all the time as agency owners. Should you be doing face-to-face sales or telesales? My name is Mike.
My name is Jalen.
Let's hop into it, guys. So now, hear me out, guys. We both done face-to-face and telesales for a very, very long time. We made thousands of dollars doing both. So there's no bias here. We're just giving you guys just pros and cons of either platform, right, Jalen?
Absolutely.
So can you do face-to-face sales and telesales? Like, should you be doing both of them as a hybrid agent?
Yeah. So guys, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna just cut it down the middle. No.
Yeah.
The reason why is because there's so many different factors that go into how to be a successful phone agent and how to be a successful field agent.
Exactly.
Right? Like your sales process is completely different than being able to be over the phone versus being in the field. Your leads are completely different as well. So when it comes to doing both, it's very challenging and difficult for you to do both because there's so many different things that go into both of them, right?
Now the income. Can you make a lucrative income doing both, Jalen?
Absolutely. Like I've done field sales, made a good amount of money doing it. I've done phone sales, currently doing phone sales, made a great amount of money doing it.
Yeah.
You know, it just all depends on what you like to do and what your preference is.
And your coach.
And your coaches.
What does your coach recommend for you to do as well?
Absolutely. And it also depends on your area, right? So in New York, you probably want to lean more towards telesales because the regulations in New York are completely different, right?
Absolutely.
But when it comes to field sales, you know, you can do it in any other state. When it comes to field sales, you can do it in any other state and have a lot of success.
Now, Jalen, are there leads? Because we like to buy leads.
Yeah.
Are there leads for both? Can you buy leads for face-to-face? Can you buy leads for telesales?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, you can be able to get leads from just about anywhere if you have the right connections and have the right agency that you're with, right? So when you do field sales, it's all within a certain parameter.
County.
A certain county.
Usually. Hopefully, right?
Right? And then when you do phone sales, you typically do statewide, hitting multiple states to give you the data that you need to be able to be successful.
And the cool thing about telesales, we'll get into a little bit later, is that, let's say you're on the East Coast calling for, all day long the East Coast. The cool thing about telesales is that when it hits 9 o'clock East Coast time, well, cool, you can now buy leads for the West Coast, start running California leads. You can usually probably get more closing that way done as well. For face-to-face, it gets dark outside, 9, 10 o'clock. Typically, most clients don't want to see you that late.
Right.
All right?
Yeah, please don't be going to your client's house at like 10 o'clock at night when they got their PJs on.
Some folks do that, though.
Some folks do that,
some folks do that.
But yeah, absolutely. You have a lot of leads, variety of leads to be successful in either one.
Now, Jalen, is it important to find an agency that can do both? Because, when we started as a new agent, our agency at the time, it was only face-to-face.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
We didn't even know what telesales was,
Telesales wasn't even that big at the time.
It wasn't, But we only knew how to do face-to-face sales. We did really, really well doing that, too. So for now, though, 2024, is it important to have an agency that can do both face-to-face and telesales?
Absolutely. You got different people, right? Mm-hmm. Some people would rather do it over the phone. Some people do better in the field.
Yeah.
You have to just know as an agency owner what is going to work best for your agent.
Yeah.
Right? You have to be able to guide them based off of their skill set, based off of their personality. Some people's personality is better over the phone. Some people is more personable. They love to work with people. They love to be able to hug their grandmas. They love to be able to get a nice firm handshake from the old gentleman in the field. So you just have to be able to know, okay, where are you going to thrive in based off of your personality?
Yeah, so now let's hop into the pros of doing face-to-face. So it's the pros of doing face-to-face. So I would say for me, like Jalen was just saying just now, is that actual elbow-to-elbow, knee-to-knee contact with that client. You actually are in their home. You get to, I think honestly for face-to-face sales, you'll get more yeses because you're actually shown to their actual door, so you can actually have a conversation with them, build more rapport with them,
and look them in the eyes.
Exactly, which usually leads to more closing.
Yeah.
As a newer agent, you can usually stumble into more sales.
Yeah.
As a newer agent,
it's simpler, right? It's a simpler process. All you
Yeah.
gotta do is get a batch of leads. You show up to their house, you knock on their door, you speak to them, and the people can see you.
Yeah.
Right. So it's
Yeah.
easier to build rapport with the client versus on the phone
Yeah.
because you're actually in the
Yeah.
field with them. They can see
Yeah.
you, so they can trust you a lot more. So
and there's less pushback when it comes to the whole part, giving out their banking or their social security number, because they can see you, they can see your license, they can feel you.
Yeah.
At least, like I said, at least some more sales as a newer agent typically.
Correct.
I think as time goes on, as you get better at your craft, it doesn't really matter whether it's over the phone or face to face, because
you know what to look out for.
Exactly.
Yeah. And you know that demographic of client that you're talking to because you've already been speaking to people face to face, right? So I would even say this for field sales. You're able to build a lot more rapport. You're able to build a lot more trust. You get a lot less no's than over the phone, just because people can see you.
Yeah.
Like they can see that you're a real life human. People are hanging up on you as much.
Yeah, I would say, for example, for me, if someone calls me that I don't know, I'm probably not gonna answer the phone.
Probably not gonna answer, right?
And I'm sure you're not either, So, but if someone comes to my door, I'm gonna say, "Who are you?" And I'm trying to figure out why you're here, and I may give you some time to talk to me.
Correct.
I'll give you an opportunity. Like, even though you may suck at your presentation, we'll at least hear you out. And you come to my door with my information because you have a lead in hand.
Right. And your license.
Right. So it's like, okay, I may hear you out.
Yeah. And here's the thing, too, when it comes to field sales.
And these people, last thing, Jalen, Miss Betty is 65 years old, probably doesn't get a lot of visitors. So she's probably just wanting to hear you out because, like, she's lonely. And she may honestly just buy something for you because she needs it too.
Absolutely. So there's a lot of perks and benefits when it comes to field sales, right? Even like the cost of leads are a little bit less expensive.
Yeah.
Right? Like you can get a good batch of leads for around $700.
Yeah.
Typically.
About 20, 25, 30 leads a week.
Yeah. Depending on, where you're getting them from.
And they're all in your county.
All in your county.
5-minute driving distance to each lead.
Correct. Now, when it comes to face-to-face, right? So that's a benefit of going face-to-face.
One more thing, too. Some clients are used to the old school way, the guy with the suitcase in hand, coming to your house. Like, they're used to that.
Yeah.
They're already used to that way of buying insurance, usually. So that goes into the reasons why face-to-face can be easier. Like I said, for a newer agent, you can stumble into more sales that way, even if you don't know your script from A to Z, because you're in the house of the client and yet you have a lead in your hand. You can close on more deals.
Yeah. Now we all know about sales, right? Verbal communications versus physiological communication. Yeah. In the field, you're able to use all types of communication. Like your client can literally see you. So you're able to cross your arm whenever they cross their arm. You're able to cross your leg when they cross their leg. Yeah. On the phone, you don't have that advantage. The only thing you have is your verbal cues, right? Like you can only be able to build connection with them based off of the image that you're sharing with them based on how you're presenting to your client.
And like for face-to-face sales, we're just adding more and more and more stuff to this. You can tell we love face-to-face sales. Even if you didn't have leads, right, Jalen? Yeah. Even if you had, hey, Mike, I have no money, but I got a car. I got some will. Yeah. I got some discipline. And I got a nice polo, and I got a good smile, right? I got a good haircut. We know people. We won't name any names that has done face-to-face sales with no leads, knocked on just doors in the neighborhood, and done over 6 figures a year in sales income. Absolutely. For phone sales, I mean the yellow book, right? I mean you really can't find a way to just randomly call people.
It's easier to start your business face-to-face. Now here's the thing about face-to-face, and we'll move on to the cons behind it, right? For face-to-face is for a new agent. It's a lot easier because you're able to get in the field. You're able to, if you don't have money, you can just do neighborhood enrollment. Yeah. You can go to senior homes and connect with your clients, right? But the process is a lot easier and simpler than phone sales. And when it comes to field sales, you can start a lot faster and learn the process of the business a lot faster.
Yeah.
Right? Versus phone sales, you don't really get that luxury of learning the business as quick.
Yeah.
Because you sometimes clients don't answer the phone.
Exactly. You can't control that.
Yes. You know at some point in time the client is going to be home, right? So you have the luxury of being able to go to a client's house and know at some point in time they will be there.
And one thing about face-to-face sales is this, is that people like, Mike, like, I want to write 30, 50, 100 grand a month. It's doable doing face-to-face sales. You can definitely buy more than 30 leads a week. You can buy 50 to 100 leads a week, have an appointment setter, or you call through your leads yourself and set like 10 to 15 appointments every single day.
Yeah.
You can write way more sales. So you don't have to always door knock. You can have preset appointments as well doing face-to-face sales.
He's giving y'all some game. Listen.
Yeah.
Listen.
Yeah. So now, Jalen, the cons.
This right now, you said we weren't going to be biased, but we sounded kind of biased.
The cons.
We do have some cons for face-to-face, right? So let's hop into the first one. The first one, it does require a set of wheels.
Yes.
Right, and I'm not talking about no Hot Wheels that you buy from Kroger. I'm talking about a vehicle that you can drive to your client's house, park, and get out and shut that door and say, "Hey, Miss Betty, I'm here."
Yeah.
Right now, I am going to say this too. We recommend having a set of 4 wheels. Okay, a set of 4. Don't have no 2-wheel drive or 2-wheel motorcycle where you're showing up to your client's house, getting off the back with your helmet off. Like, don't do that, all right? The client's gonna look at you.
Folks do that right now.
I bet some people do it. I'm curious, if you do that,
Put in the
put it in the comments. Let us know how that has worked for you, right? Like, I'm actually interested to see.
Yeah. But all seriously, a car is needed, obviously. I mean, yes, you could, like you said earlier, walk out your front door if you live in a neighborhood and start knocking on random doors in your neighborhood and make that happen.
Yeah.
But a car it helps, right? It helps.
Absolutely.
And obviously a car that comes with maintenance. It comes with oil changes. It comes with gas. It comes with your car may break down one day. What are you gonna do now, right? It also comes with also driving. Like you may live in an area, maybe like, I don't know, North Dakota, where there's many people in your county, your population. So you may need to drive to different counties or different cities or different states around there because the area you live in, the population is little.
Correct, absolutely. So that's one thing to factor in when it comes to field sales, right? How many people are within your area, and do you have enough people who you can market to be able to come there and be able to create some success in that particular area?
But outside of that, there really isn't any other cons.
Yeah. Well,
There can be.
but those are like the major
main
ones, right? Those are the major ones. So less leads in the area, depending on population.
Well, I guess also, people are like, well, Mike, I don't want to go into people's homes that may have messy homes. I don't want to have to, be in a home for gentlemen. Maybe you're a lady, you don't be in a home for gentlemen. Like, I get that. I get that.
Those could be some cons.
But we do have face-to-face agents on our team now that are women that have no problems. Have no problems.
Yeah, absolutely. So, there are some different cons as well when it comes to face-to-face. So we talked about the cons of, car expenses. We talked about leads not being able to be distributed in that particular area depending on population, right? We talked about going inside of people's homes, the fear of that, right?
Yeah.
Some people, houses, unfortunately, kind of crazy, right? So there are some cons behind it.
Or even the weather.
The weather could be an issue, right? We look at that as like an advantage for us.
Never an issue for us.
I'm gonna be honest. And also, talking about the mile radius. Sometimes, if you are in a market within your particular county, you could be knocking houses from 5 minutes away. Sometimes, the lead distribution can be up to 40 to 50 miles radiuses, depending on how big your county is and other areas.
And I think also in society right now, we hear phone sales. That sounds so much easier, and it sounds so much convenient. Like
it's not.
It's more challenging.
Actually,
like face-to-face sales, if you really do it, you actually see someone do it. Like oh, you have someone's information here in your hand.
Yeah.
You're going to their door, and they're buying it from you.
Correct.
It's not actually like door-to-door sales we think about in our head. You know, that pest control or solar or whatever.
Selling knives.
You're selling knives. It's a little different. All right. So next here, phone sales.
Phone sales.
What are the pros of? You see, Dylan got a little happy about that. He does phone sales.
I'm predominantly phone.
All right.
I did start out in the field though, right?
Yeah.
But
so
phone
phone
sales.
sales, the pros. Obviously, the biggest thing is that you get to work from anywhere.
Yeah.
You get to work from Florida, Dubai, California. I mean, you can literally be on the beach making sales. We have agents on our team right now working from literally anywhere,
Crushing.
on the beach, in a hotel, anywhere, in the car, driving to a wedding, whatever it may be, making sales.
Absolutely. The phone sales process is very seamless. It's very simple. But I've noticed that a lot of agents, especially newer agents, they are more afraid to pick up the phone than to actually go out and door knock a client's house.
Yeah.
And it blows my mind.
Yeah.
Right? So, you do have the ability to work from home. You have the ability to work from anywhere in the United States.
Yeah.
Another advantage is if you're in Ohio, right, like us, Eastern Standard Time, if it becomes 10 o'clock and I still am not tired and I'm still working my business, right,
10
and I
o'clock,
want to take
10 o'clock Eastern
10
time.
o'clock Eastern Standard Time, PM, right, I can be able to get a California license and be able to write up clients at 7 p.m. Pacific time there and work an extra 2 to 3 hours to be able to get more sales. So, it does help out for people who are coming in part-time, because if you're getting off work at like 3 o'clock, you're able to work up until around 10, 11, 12 at night, the evening shift, to be able to get you the hours that you need to be successful over the phone.
And you can, like I said, Jalen, so you can close on more deals doing telesales, because face-to-face, that 20, 30-minute, 5-minute driving time, that's money you're not actually making money in that driving time.
Right.
But telesales, you get done with one sale, you're literally picking up the phone to get to your next sale that same minute.
Correct. Yeah. So a lot more people, you talk to a lot more people on a day-to-day basis, but you also get a lot more no's, right?
Yeah. But the leads are also less expensive as well.
Leads are less expensive, right? A lot less expensive. Typically a fraction of the cost, half the cost of what you would spend for regular outbound call leads.
Yeah.
They can become a little bit more expensive if you're looking for like live transfers and you're spending like $50 to $75 for TV transfers. But in the most case scenarios, they are a lot cheaper than field sales, just because you need more of an abundant amount of leads.
Yeah.
Right. Rather than in the field, you can get away with 15 to 20 a week if you're door knocking over the phone.
Yeah.
You're going to need minimum 50 to 75 leads every single week, just to make sure you're getting the volume that you need, because clients don't answer the phone.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's cool, like we said as well, as a over-the-phone agent, single moms or moms that actually have children they need to watch, like that's pretty cool. You get to hang out at home with your mom, hang out at your home with your child, make sales, not to worry about getting a babysitter. That's pretty cool. You get to, do that at the comfort of your own home.
Correct. So, absolutely. And you can potentially write more sales throughout the day because you are talking to more people. Right? Like versus in the field, you can only do so much.
Yeah.
You can only have so many conversations because you have a lot more drive time.
Exactly.
But on the phone, you're able to talk to a lot more people, but you got to have the resilience.
Yeah.
A lot more resilience than a field agent, just because you are getting hung up on a lot more, but it's simply because you are talking to a lot more people, so it does give you the potential to make a lot more sales than a field sales agent if you do it correctly.
Absolutely.
Right?
So cons?
Let's tell them the cons, right? So there's no direct communication with the client. So like I told you guys earlier, right, in the field, you have your two types of communication. You have your verbal communication and your physiological communication, where you can use all these to your advantage of your sales process, right? Mike's one of the best at it, where he says, hey, if the client does jumping jacks, you want to jump up and do some jumping jacks with them, right? On the phone, you don't get that opportunity. You literally have to have this skill set to be able to pitch your client by using your vocals, using your voice to help them paint a picture on why they need the insurance, and help them paint a picture on, who you currently are. So you only have one way of directly communicating with them, which is using your voice, right? It's very, very important. Right now, the next con is it doesn't allow for clients to trust you as much.
Typically.
Yeah. All depends on your sales process, all depends on your coach, all depends on the agency you're with. There's ways to teach you and coach you. But more than likely, clients do not like to work with people, typically like older clients, right?
Yeah.
They don't really like to work with people over the phone as much just because they're used to having their insurance agent come out to meet with them face to face. So you do have to be able to get over that hiccup and know how to navigate with your client to show them that you can that they can trust you and build a little bit more rapport over the phone.
Yes, exactly. And also, like Jalen's saying, it may lead to more chargebacks. It may lead to.
Yeah.
It may lead to.
Well,
not all the time.
Statistically speaking, you know, you do have a little bit more chargebacks than phone sales, right? Than field sales, because the client have seen you. Like you're their insurance guy. They're like, hey, Mike, you're my insurance guy over the phone.
Because over the phone, they may just say yes. And then,
just to get you off the phone.
Exactly.
Right? And, you know, if you're more transactional, right? Making it more transaction, making it more about the premium, making it more about the cost, your chargebacks rates will be completely off the roof. Right?
And this is not really a con, right? But it does take more leads to make more sales than over the phone.
Yeah.
AKA more money potentially to buy more leads. It's not really a con.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of is a con. You know what I mean?
You know, the conversions, the income you will make should be the same as face to face, though.
Yeah, it could be. A lot of people look at phone sales and say, hey, it's a cheaper way to start up, but it's not. Yeah. Right? Like, let's talk about that. For a newer agent, how much does it really take to get to 10,000 plus a month? Right? So not only do you have to purchase your leads, we're talking a minimum of $1,000 a week. To get you the adequate amount of leads that you need, because clients don't answer the phone. That's why you're spending a lot more money on leads, and you need a higher bulk of leads when it comes to phone sales because people don't answer.
But you're not spending no money on gas.
Correct.
No oil changes.
Right.
No miles in your car.
Yeah, so, but you do have to spend money on licensing.
True.
Right? You don't have to pay for the oil changes, the gas, and all that stuff. But you do have to spend extra money on states. So I recommend at least 8 to 10 states.
What are some top states, if they're a broker,
you
should be buying for state licenses?
Yeah, so see, for me, I love southern states.
Yeah.
You know, I like talking to the Miss Betties who answer the phone like, what's going on, baby? How you doing? And I can respond like, what's up, grandma? How you doing, right? What's up, auntie? That's the communication I like. So I'm gonna say this real quick, and I ain't gonna ever repeat it again. So if you're watching this video, you're welcome. Right? Louisiana, Alabama, Arkansas, Missouri, Ohio.
Cost $10.
Ohio, right? I like working Texas, Tennessee, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, right? These are all states that I typically like to work because I love that southern hospitality that you get when you call these type of clients. California is good as well. I also like, you know, Arizona is a good state as well for western states, right? But guys, the con is these states aren't cheap.
Yeah.
For Chicago, $700 for a license.
That's the city, right?
That's a city, I'm sorry. Illinois, thank you for that. That's why I'm in insurance, guys. Illinois, $700 just to get a license, right? You have all your other states, minimum, you're gonna spend anywhere between $80 all the way up to about $225 per state to get
Unless
licensed.
it's Ohio, it's $10.
Yeah, it's only a few, right? So you do have to spend a little bit more money on your states versus in the field, you only have to spend that one state license fee and you're good.
With that being said, guys, should we add anything else? I mean, we did a pretty good job going on the pros and cons of face-to-face and telesales. Any remarks?
Yeah, I'm gonna say this, guys. You know,
because both work. Both can
work.
make over hundreds and hundreds of $1,000s a year doing both. We've done it. We know agents that are doing it now.
Yeah. Hey, in the comments, let us know which one you prefer. Do you prefer phone sales? Do you prefer field sales? Or are you just one of those type of people where you prefer to do it as a hybrid agent? Like, hey, let us know how that works out for you guys. I'm kind of curious, right?
You can prove us wrong.
Yeah, please do. I mean, hey, let us know. We definitely would love to
But keep
see
in
it.
mind, I do sometimes make a telesale because it's like,
But that's like a client that you probably
exactly.
bought a lead for
Exactly,
in the field,
exactly.
who didn't answer over
Exactly.
time, or they said, "Hey, Mike, can we do this
Like
over the phone?"
5% of the time.
Yeah, so it's not really a lot,
It's not really actually
right?
great.
But yeah, we want to know exactly what you do. Are you a field sales or are you a phone sales? If you're not in the business and you're getting your license, right? Let us know what you do. Do you do more phone or do you do more? Would you prefer to do phone or would you prefer to do field?
And here are true what we do both. We train agents on doing both face-to-face and telesales. And if you need assistance with training, support, leads, or looking for a new home, feel free to reach out to us. We're more than happy to have you on our team. With that being said, guys, thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe. Please follow us on Instagram. That's at TRUU Wealth. Guys, with that being said, have an amazing day. See you guys next time.